You know, frankly, I'm just flabbergasted. There are so many products out here. My mind is just spinning. And you know, there are lots of surprises that we find here in NRA, and I've got the next one for you, and you're going to be surprised too. A sheep in wolf's clothing, you're going to see something, well, I didn't think it was possible. I've got Jim Wilkinson from Wilkinson Arms, and you have something, Jim. Well, Wilkinson Tactical has a product that's going to blow your mind. Tell us, well, this is your standard AR-15, or is it not?
Well, actually, it's built on an AR10 platform, but this is a 12 gauge, and I call it the CR12 for the Colorado Ranger 12, and it's a 6.2 pound 12 gauge, runs 2 3/4 and 3-inch Magnum shells in it. We make our own upper receivers and lower receivers, and so we could cheat and make it however big we needed to make it.
But you have a special bolt carrier group to make this thing work, right?
I do. That's correct. I'll even show it to you. So this is, it's a standard AR10 bolt carrier group, and 12 gauge bolt, and it's made by Fail Zero, whose booth we're in today here. And they're a strategic partner of mine. They have a proprietary exo-nickel boron plating that makes this thing very hard, very lubrous, and very not prone to failure.
Now you want it lubrous, and you want that lubricity built into the metal, because you know, a shotgun runs a little dirtier than most like AR rounds, right?
Oh, very well said. Yeah, and that's why we have our anodizers put a permanently infused dry film lubricant into the upper receiver, and that helps so that we can run this without oil if we want. And we put a couple tiny drops of oil on it, but really it runs fine dry. And with the dirtier powder, that's really important. Designing the shotgun, I went for the best of the best that I could find. So my anodizers, they're a top-notch mil-spec grade anodizer. They do a lot of work for military weapons, and this coating is something that they do on all of their military weapons now. So if you want the best product, you go to the best guys to help you out with it.
Now we're talking about internal, not just something on the outside, internal and all the components to make this thing run fail-safe.
That is correct. It is every little detail. It's amazing. You know, a 15-cent spring can cause this thing to fail. So even as simple as a little spring or a little pin, it's extremely important that the quality is in there.
Well, Jim, while we're talking about zero failure, maybe we should talk about Fail Zero. They're the folks that make this BCG, right?
That is correct. And Fail Zero, you can see it.
We can zoom right in on here.
Zoom right in. Their slogan is failure is not an option. And, you know, this is designed for military and law enforcement, is what I designed this shotgun for. And, you know, if you're in a situation like that and you have a failure, you may not go home to your family that night, and that's not acceptable.
Well, no wonder you picked Fail Zero then to be a good partner in the build of the Wilkinson firearm, right?
Absolutely critical, yes.
Now, let's say I don't want a 12 gauge, but I've got a nice frame, I got money and all of this. Can we do something different? How's that going to work?
You bet. Let me put that back in.
Okay, we'll put this back in.
That way I'd lose it.
Okay.
Oops, thank you. And you don't have to be coordinated to do this either. So, but let's say.
So now that just comes a single retaining bolt here. You pull that out, you can do that with your fingers.
You have these two pins here.
There's the first one, and then that retains it.
Right, and for our gun guys, you can see this is a standard AR10 lower receiver. And to make the 12 gauge work, there's one slight modification here. Other than that, it's just an off-the-shelf 12 gauge. Now, we make our own, but, you know, so.
In that goes, and now what do we have?
Now what we have here is a 308 rifle. And if you, this is a tactical 308 rifle. We can actually do 17 different calibers on this platform. And if you want something different than a tactical gun, we also make long-range precision rifles. So this is a 308 long-range precision rifle, and this is the forest green Cerakote that we do as an upscale, custom gun, and so we can do that, and the same lower receiver. I mean, it's all modular and it's all interchangeable. So it's whatever the guys want, we can do to help them out, give them the best shooting experience that they want.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, well, like I said, you don't have to be coordinated to be able to do this.
You know, for our viewers, while you're putting that together, we have a lot of folks that watch the show that may be new to the firearms business, in the firearms market. And they're used to the AR-15, and one black rifle looks like another. What's the difference between the AR-15 223 round and a 308 round?
Well, it's bigger. The 223 is a 22 caliber, and the 308 is a 30 caliber. So it's a bigger, heavier bullet. Doesn't go quite as fast normally, but it's got a longer range to it. Yeah, it's not as popular because it recoils more. It's much more powerful, and but the AR-10 is starting to pick up popularity again. It was actually the original design, and then the Army wanted a lower caliber, so they went to the 5.56. But the AR-10 is actually the original design of this platform.
And you've taken it, and you radicalized it, and now you made it into a shotgun too. Jim, hats off to you and Wilkinson Tactical. Folks, this is the wave of the future. Ingenious operators just like Mr. Wilkinson here have made this thing happen.